Well, after you shank one or hit a hosel rocket, it's pretty tough to pull the trigger on the next shot.
Misses the pocket. Yikes.
We talked about that worn track area right around the second arrow. If you notice that this shot here, it gets right or wide of that friction zone, and it'll never recover from that spot. So, in essence, Chris Barnes threw it through his hook point into the area where Norm Duke was playing in the last match. Yeah, it was just a bad shot. It was wide of target. And Chris is really arcing it, playing the big rainbow shot from in. And he knows he's got to get it to that spot for it to pick up. And when I say that spot, I mean the friction zone down the lane. But that ball was right of target, and it would never recover, leaving the washout, and it's an open frame.
First open frame of the semifinal, and you saw Chris whip that towel down. That looked like that was going to be the toss, and it kind of bailed out at the last second.
And did you notice that the ball kind of rolled out and stopped right before it got in front of the head pin? Watch the ball reaction or the ball motion. Now it gets wide. It looks like it's almost too far to the right. All of a sudden it tries to come back and then straightens out. That's called rolling out. That's when your roll is too far or too much forward and there's too much friction being created. If Chris Barnes throws the same shot and gets his wrist to roll around the side a bit more, he'll create more axis rotation, and that ball will continue.
There's a look at his wife, Linda Barnes. Extremely accomplished bowler in her own right. 9-time Team USA member. Has won 3 U.S. Amateur Championships as well as a World Cup Championship. They met here in Wichita and got engaged at a Wichita bowling center. Nothing says romance like an engagement at a Wichita bowling center. Now Jairus has been given openings and is not taking them.
And Jairus isn't comfortable with his ball reaction either.
No.
If you notice that Steve Jairus is a straight down and in player, he is versatile. He can hook it and go around it a little bit. He can go straight when he wants to. But if you notice, his entire zone where he's playing is a good 5 to 6 boards left of where Norm Duke played him.
If Norm Duke is watching this match right now, what is he thinking?
He's salivating right now. He really is salivating because he knows he can play an area of the lane that the other 2 players can't get to. Huge advantage for Norm. That's if it holds up and it's still there when he comes back for the title match.
4 frames, 4 spares for Jairus. Barnes, 4 frames, have gone spare, spare, open, spare. The key point, no strikes, people. Still leaves the 10.
Even Sean Rash, with the high rev rate and hook that he has, was playing farther right than where Steve Jairus is playing. Watch this shot here. It's right around the 14th board, going out just a little bit. Again, playing that high friction area, the track area. And all Steve can muster is 9 spare. The good news, he did hit the pocket on that shot.
Well, Jairus has never beaten any of the other 3 semifinalists on today's show. He was 2-1 on television last season. All 3 of those matches coming at the season-opening USBC Masters in Milwaukee. Here's Chris Barnes, the reigning PBA Player of the Year.
Now, there was a little more axis rotation on that shot, and it continued.
10 shots. 10 shots for 1 strike. Nice bowling.
Chris Barnes has been the comeback kid the last few days. Has come from behind to win each of his match play rounds this week. Down 0-3 to Tom Baker, down 0-2 to Jason Belmonte, down 1-3 to Todd Book, but no time to make up ground in a one-match semifinal.
This cat's got 9 lives. I mean, just when it looked like he was out of every match, except for the first one where he swept Dino, he came back.
Well, it looked like he was out of this match, but suddenly back-to-back jacks have you in the lead. Or nipping at it. Chris Barnes and his road roommate Mika Koivuniemi have a new bet. We'll tell you about it next.